Hello, welcome, and aloha. Unexpectedly, I didn't announce this on any of the previous daily dharmas. And by the way, this is the daily dharma. My name's Deana. Thank you so much for joining. Today, I am recording in Maui, one of the Hawaiian islands, if you're not familiar. We're around the forgive me if I mispronounce, the Kanapali area in Lahaina on Maui. And I'll just give you a brief little view before we switch. We have another island behind. I'm not positive which island is which, but I do believe that that one is Molokai. So unfortunately, because of the way that the sun is hitting, you can't get that delightful view in camera for all of our broadcasts today. So let's go ahead and get some cards out for the daily dharma. We have limited cards today. We have the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck and my handmade deck here with us. And we had, when I pulled the deck out, Romantic Love was under the deck, and during the pre-shuffle, it popped out. And then later on in the pre-shuffle, a whole slew of cards fell out with Divine Feminine, Communication, Throat Chakra, Heart Chakra, and another chakra, and I cannot remember which it was. So, chakra activation with Romantic Love, a theme that's ongoing. And now we have allowance. That reminds me, healing also popped out. So 9. 9 is immediately reminding me of the Hermit card in the tarot. And allowance relating to the Hermit is like going within yourself to allow your inner self to speak through your experiences. It says the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Hope you guys can all hear me well. Under the deck we have root chakra. Let's just go from there. Passion, 34. We all know about passion. Reduces to a 7, 34, 3 plus 4. It's talking about allowing our soul to speak, just like I said, and part of the soul is the passion, what lights us up, what turns us on literally in whatever way. It doesn't have to be sexual, right? There's the Divine Feminine popping out again, 21. So it's allowing still allowing the soul to speak. Communication is still with Divine Feminine. So the Divine Feminine is communicating her passions and allowing her essence to not only speak to her, but to illuminate outward and to speak through her actions, her gestures, that divine grace that you see people moving with. I'm feeling that essence of cat-like prowling and sensuality that is just so inherent to the cat-like essence. It's just that sauntering and that the movement. The way that we feel comes through our gestures and our expression in so many varied ways. One more card here, fertility. So I'm hearing a saying. How does it go? A woman, like the Empress woman, a woman, her power and presence does not pursue and chase. She turns up her essence and magnetizes and attracts those things to pursue her. So allowing opportunities to be inspired to come into our sphere without moving beyond. I'm going to split throat chakra. Interesting, because we already have communication. So root chakra, under root chakra is romantic love, and under throat chakra is synergy. Interesting. So there's an element of grounding into who we are, that divine autonomy and authentication process, allowing ourselves to, I'm hearing the word indulge, but that's not the word I want, I don't think. Allowing our passions without judgment to speak through us. Yes, so not judging, not feeling that false guilt of recognizing what we really want. Opening up, revelation, and emergence, coming over passion and allowance. Yes, it's allowing it to bubble up and to show ourselves with everything that we are and everything we desire. We have a lot of different sounds here. We've got a tour bus down below. We're on the 7th floor, but you can hear everything. The birds are amazing here. So let's see what else wants to come out today. Let me keep this one a bit short. You already know, trust your gut instincts coming out over the divine, feminine, and passion. So something is coming to your attention, and it's, I'm seeing like a bubbling up, either like a new desire, an old desire that's been talking to you again, coming up, or did I say new relationship or something? But the feminine is about using your intuition, your instincts, and your emotions and passions to guide you and allowing them to speak. So we have solar plexus chakra. The third chakra is the will center, and talks about authority and our willingness to stand firm in our purpose, in our mission, in our belief structures. And it's not to pontificate and proselytize to others about how they should or shouldn't do based on our path and our judgments. It's to allow others to do theirs while we take care of our own path. And not with this throat chakra and synergy, it's working with others, and something about judgment, not allowing others' judgments of us to hinder or limit or keep us small in some way, not allowing others to steal our joy or our passions or burst our bubble. There are many people on the path that will distract us and keep us playing small, or like a marionette on a string, the puppet master. There's something here about not falling prey and allowing our own essence to speak more loudly than others. So it's like that. The loudest voice in the room can sometimes take precedence over everyone's emotional feeling state. Have you ever seen that, where somebody comes into a party of people having a great time, and their negativity becomes the dominant force that then brings everybody down to their level? Instead of that, there's also the person that will walk into a room of dull people, or let's say like a tour. I've had a couple tours. There's different types of personalities that might walk in, and one person might be negatively focused, and the group will become a little more subdued, a little more quiet, because you're feeling that influx of negativity. Whereas another individual will walk into an awkward group of strangers and will connect and will bridge that synergy becomes part of what they bring in to that group. allowing the communication to fertilize the soil that allows our passions to come up and to connect parts that seem distant. So I had a big fallout here. I see you in my future. Observation, looking for clues, keeping tabs. So you may be watching a situation, another may be watching you. Having it also 4444. That's an angel code, and I equate that to structure, stability, and foundation. And if you believe in the angelic forces or the powers that be, I believe that that's divine protection. Enlighten your energy, play, joy, and humor. So allow your passions to help you engage passionately with all of life, all of the situations. And when somebody may walk in and have that negativity, you have the potential to allow your passions to come out and shift that person, 1111 on the timer, into a new expression. Mature feminine with that divine feminine definitely tells me that it's an emotional shift. So sometimes those more negatively focused individuals, they just need to have somebody to say, oh, I see what you're facing, but hey, how about this? Let's squeeze those lemons into some lemonade, or at least some kind of tequila shot with some lemon. Oh, we have obsession under the deck. So, and we did have observation. I see you in my future. So this mature feminine may have somebody who's watching, and this doesn't always need to be the gender role of the feminine. You may identify as a masculine gender that has more of a feminine essence or expression. It just means more nurturing, more connected, synergy, where the masculine is more of wants to be the leader and individuate. The feminine wants to blend and harmonize. And yeah, it's that dominant frequency that garners the group flux. Everyone naturally harmonizes with the dominant energy. And under the deck we have 7777. So let's see if we can get anything else. I see you in my future. So somebody wants a deepening, an opening up, and allowing of energies and emotional communication to create something. And I'll say, last night I was on a little boat tour. It was very adorable. We had 3 couples celebrating an anniversary. A couple that had reconnected from high school when they dated in high school, and then they reconnected a state away from where they were. And then we had a young couple propose and accepted engagement on the boat. So it's in the air. It's gorgeous. And then popping up we have Venus, love, money, attraction, date, getting to know you. Cognitive dissonance, mind over matter, and reassess your reasons for busyness. Prioritize your goals. You see that stop sign says go, go, go. So there's a need to allow yourself to step back, to identify and distinguish your passions in this situation, separate and apart from situations in your past that may have been more tense, more intense, I'm hearing. Because there's a situation here where maybe you're dating and one or both of you are deepening your emotional connection, but there's this cognitive dissonance is over the enlightening your energy, play, joy, and humor. So don't overthink it. Your voice strikes a chord with that communication card here. Yeah, trust issues. Keep it simple. Yes, somebody's falling for you hard. So this looks like an emotional deepening to me, but this could definitely even be on a family level or a friendship level, some type of a a bonding situation. It can even happen between yourself and your higher self, or yourself and your mission and goals, and opening up to the deeper levels and connections of your passionate desires and your long-standing goals. You have what it takes right now to bring together varying parts into a whole, to bridge something here, to create a fertile ground, a stepping off point for a future. Give and take, sharing, overcompensation, inequality, win-lose. So there's a negotiation process here. Make sure that you're not falling into old patterns of something like people-pleasing or dominating. It says reclaim your power and shift focus, though. So in this case, I would wager a guess that you are the one that should focus on not overcompensating, overgiving, letting yourself stand firm and steady and rooted in what matters deeply to you, what lights you up, and then from that place of firm, rooted nature, allowing yourself to let the other person come to you. It's something definitely about that quote about a woman in her power and presence doesn't chase, she allows things to come to her, masculine or feminine. The more that you chase, the more that somebody wants to be either chased or elusive or something like that, right? Oh, I'm wishing I had my other decks here. Just a little something to close us out. Let's see, is there anything else that we're missing? I'm just going to feel into something here. Okay, we have intensity doesn't equal intimacy. Separation, take time for self-alignment. Under the deck, self-sabotage and self-fulfilling prophecy. So taking your time to yourself is going to help you to sort through that cognitive dissonance of not understanding the ins and outs of this situation, how it's different. Perhaps you're just getting used to or just getting to know a new person through the dating process. There's a lot of attraction, but there's more intimacy in this one, and previous situations were more intense, and perhaps you're misjudging the lack of intensity for a lack of connection, but ultimately the more intense a connection and the more volatile the passion, it typically can end up being more of a trauma bond where we're connecting to things that we're highly charged, and trauma bond is something that's from our past where we had a lot of hurt, and there's a connection there, something that we're still working through, and that volatile connection is more of a lesson, where if it's more of a slow burn type of a connection, and that chemistry is more of like a building, there's the slower burn is more sustainable, and it doesn't burn you out. I'm seeing the brick house card. So you have a lot of strength. Nice. Under the deck we have Demon Slayer. So I feel that these are the demons of your past, and maybe even some of you dealing with some long-standing issues from an early childhood, or perhaps a previous marriage or something like that, a previous commitment, where there are individuals in your past or in your psyche still having some types of hooks into your psyche or your heart in some type of way, that you're working on removing the bondage to those situations and alleviating any of the old connections to that type of trauma bonding and slaying your inner demons. Manifestation then under the deck. Someone has mad respect for you, and they feel you may have been an overlooked opportunity in the past. You may be a boss, leader, entrepreneur, and you feel like home. So there's a mask somebody's putting up a front here, and that feels like that's what's emerging. It's what's bubbling up from beneath the surface. That slow burn and that fertility is giving way to something coming up and breaking through the soil. Chemistry. There is a lot of chemistry here. Somebody wants to marry you. So I don't know if you're coming into this dating scene or connecting with this individual within the next 48 hours. This epiphany is going to perhaps bubble up from beneath the surface and may surprise you, but it's part of a bigger cycle, and maybe the previous opportunity was overlooked because it just wasn't time yet. You hadn't slayed the right demons, or you hadn't garnered enough enough of the inner strength and inner fortitude to understand your value or your stances on things, and you kept being shifted with every wind or with every dominant personality that came your way. You may have aligned with them instead of staying steady in your own space, and now that you're more steady in your own space, you can break through and break away, and your opportunities can now pursue you. So it's looking very good. Under the deck, we have a lot of signs. We're having Uranus, which is the leader or the ruler of Aquarius. Friendship and detachment energy. Instead of being codependent, it's more sovereign. 8888, I love to cuddle, kiss, maybe a water sign. Pisces coming out under that. Dreaming about another individual, maybe a Virgo or a Leo. But if you're feeling triggered and need to protect yourself, just take that separation energy to really sit deeply within your own energies and slay those old demons, because that old trauma will block your blessings. So I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to try to give you a better view of the surroundings here, just to bring this out. Isn't this just gorgeous? So I hope you are all doing well, enjoying your day, enjoying your week. I wish you all the best in all of your endeavors. And thank you so much for joining me once again for the Daily Dharma. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of those good things. Comment below if you're drawn to, and we'll see you again really soon. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to do during the vacation. I'm just sneaking them in here and there. So take care, and we'll see you again real soon.